Okay, I was planning to do a video later on tonight about this, mostly along with my NXT review, but I think I want to discuss this now since I don't think there's any more news happening out of this right now. But I guess I want to talk about the WWE releases today of several wrestlers, producers, and writers that were released. Well, mostly in the past few hours at this point. I kind of want to do this now to give my thoughts on it because obviously I'm probably going to go a long time within the NXT review. So I think I want to speak about this now because there's a lot of people to talk about that have gotten released and my thoughts on it because there's going to be some that are good, bad, and some I think people may not like. But, given the reason why a lot of these people were released, it's a very bad situation, and there's more to behind it than it is just the WWE releasing these people. I would say this has to do with the wrestling industry as in a whole, because obviously there's not being a lot of money being made right now, okay? And there's a lot of people I have different opinions on who got released today, because there are some, well, mostly no one didn't really deserve this given the circumstances right now, but what I've seen on the internet, especially Twitter, mostly a lot of people's opinions have changed, because there are times when people say, well, this person needs to get released, they should have been released, how they've held a job this long, and trust me, I've questioned how some of these people have held a job this long, but it's like, oh, no, that shouldn't have happened, you just have to feel bad for everybody going on right now, and yes, that is true. Because there's a lot to say, who's been gone. Because what was it, earlier this morning, WWE had put out a statement about there was gonna be a lot of cuts happening. Okay, because they said this themselves. The business update, especially related to this pandemic, that work staff, talent expenses were going to be cut. Reduce employees. But I think. Some with compensation, I believe, but what's going on right now, and like I said, the list I've read was, like I just said before, reducing executive and board member compensation, decreasing operating expenses, cutting talent expenses, third-party staffing and consulting, deferring spend on the build of the company's new headquarters for at least 6 months. And trust me, there's a lot of money being lost. I'm not going to go through the entire statement and everything, but when you read that, you knew people were gonna be gone, so I guess you had to expect there were gonna be a lot of releases, because I know a lot of people know the Revival were released on Friday, which we already knew they wanted out anyways, but now there's a long list that has now followed after this, because I don't know how much money the WWE may have lost in the past few days, and I'm just kind of going what I've counted, what I've read, because WrestleMania lost about $15 million, right? If I'm not mistaken. And that's a lot of money of what was going to go originally planned on. As people also know that the XFL has once again gone out of business and had to file bankruptcy. It wasn't their fault. It was a virus this time. It wasn't actually going that bad. It was a football league, but, like I said before, overall, that the XFL had to stop too. So, of course, a lot of money was being lost. I'm sure a lot of that was from Vince's own money, but, he's got to recuperate losses on that. And I'm trying to see what else. And we can go from the whole, okay, somehow they're an essential business to Florida because they make them a lot of money. I don't know, I understand that part all the way, which I'm sure a lot of people saying that Vince had a connect, or he knew, well, sure said they probably called in Trump for a favor, or he paid off the government, or Linda being in Trump's cabinet. Somehow Vince may have had to connect. The man's a magic man somewhere or not. He's the ops out here for real. So he probably had to connect to keep him still going in business and everything. And I guess when you look at it, I'm sure a lot of companies aren't really making a lot of money right now because, A, there's no shows. Without fans, no one pays to come in, no one buys anything, merch ain't being sold. A lot of people just broke out here right now unless you have that stimulus package that came out today. I'm sure a lot of people are sitting on something of a good penny right now. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I'm sure a lot of people probably got that money today. But there's a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people that got released today as of a lot of wrestlers and staff and writers. I don't know all the writers. I know one of them, I think it was one of them that worked on the Otis and Mandy storyline, and she ended up getting released, so that's bad. And it's been a lot of feedback from the wrestlers also who got released, because this is some of the people I want to go over right now, from the wrestler side before I get into producers who got released today. Some I'm a little surprised were even released, but this is the list as of right now. Unless something happens after this video and everything, then this is who we got. We got Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud, whatever you want to call him, released. I'm going to get into him in a minute. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Leo Rush. I was actually surprised with that one. EC3, Kurt Hawkins, Eric Young, Heath Slater, Kurt Angle, Aiden English, Sarah Logan, who else we got on this list right here? Referee Mike Chioda, Primo, Epico, Eric Rowan, Mike Bennett, Maria Kanellis, Zack Ryder, No Way Jose, Rusev, Deonna Purrazzo. I don't know this other NXT guy's name. It's Jacek. I don't think I've ever seen him before, so I don't really know him that well. So he got released too. And looking at the producers, and I think some are trainers right here on this list, we got our Billy Kidman, Mike Rotunda, Dave Finley, Pat Buck, Sean Daivari, Scott Armstrong, Sarah Stock, a.k.a. Sarita from TNA, Shane Helms, Hurricane, and Lance Storm. Now, there's a difference between the word furlough and release, okay? Because when you're being furlough is that furlough personnel are essentially on unpaid leave, though the company intends to bring the employees back at some point. So some of these guys could be back with WWE in the future. I don't know how long that'll be, but I think a lot of these guys will get hired back. It's just that it's on unpaid leave, so I don't think anybody's really getting paid right now from all this, okay? So basically they just have to sit at home, and I guess they can't make any money. Now, I'm looking at all this list. Do I see some of these people maybe coming back? Possibly, because I will say, and I'm sure a lot of people said this too, I'm sure people online going like, oh, this person finally got released, or, because it's like that with a lot of people, because either A, they weren't being used, or they just weren't treated right. Some of these guys on this list, I was surprised still had a job at this point, because some of these guys have been sitting in this company for like, 9-10 years and ain't really done shit and moved the fucking needle. Because some wrestlers have put out statements today, and I know a lot of people from anyone in the wrestling community just, it's a bad day, and they feel sad for everybody because during this pandemic, you're getting released and you can't even get paid right now. And that's the whole world of the country right now. No one's really getting paid. If you have a job in that, unless you're sitting at home getting paid, good for you. But some folks is broke and don't know what to do right now. And I saw Spud's video, Rockstar Spud. He put out a video, which one thing I was a little confused by, because he's in that cruiserweight tournament that's going to be happening later on tonight on NXT. And I guess he's still going to be on there even though he's released. So I guess they're letting him work. And, you have to look at the reality of probably all these guys' situations. Like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to feed my family? How am I going to just get through life right now? I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting no money. I'm sitting there broken. Bills are piling up. What do you do in this situation? And I guess he talked about how, how he's got impressed tonight. I guess he's just looking at this as a last-ditch effort now tonight. He's got to put on the best match he can just to keep his job, or this is basically his last match as of right now, okay? Because, I look at some of these guys on this list. They could have mostly been utilized better, and because, Spud, I feel like they could have done something with him more. I know he was a comedy guy, but Spud's actually funny, but you got to feel for him, because it's like this, the reality of right now. How you going to make it through right now if you ain't getting paid and you basically got no job? Now, I know some people could blame WWE of all the 5-year contracts they've given out for people, because this thing with WWE has hired so many people, they have not released a lot of people in a very long time. Usually you would see a lot of releases after WrestleMania, but they keep keeping everyone because they don't want nobody to go anywhere, so we'll just pay you this crazy amount of money and keep you here. But given what's going on right now, I guess WWE's not making as much money as they could, or what is it, like Vince is supposed to, what Trump named Vince as an advisor to help fix the economy. Listen, I don't know that much on politics, so I'm not going to get into that. Because I could go on a lot of things about Trump. I'm just going to keep my political views to myself right now. And I don't know what Vince knows, but hey, maybe he knows something. I don't know. But I guess what? They're using his money to help the world or something. I don't know. I don't know all that. But like I said before, that's the reality of what's going on right now, though. But yes, Spud, that's one guy I feel like that didn't really need to go. Gallows and Anderson, I'm surprised they even got released. Weren't they just on WrestleMania? And didn't they sign like a 5-year deal not that long ago? So I'm surprised they let them go. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure people have been wanting them to go to AEW, New Japan. People got to understand this too about everybody on this list. Everybody on here cannot go to AEW, okay? And I'm going to get into that soon enough because this probably could affect them as a business as well as of other wrestling promotions right now other than the WWE, okay? Because I'm seeing everybody saying on here like, well, they can go to AEW, or this person to go to AEW, or that person to go to AEW. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot of people, I've said before, this guy should be in AEW, but everybody on this list ain't going to AEW, okay? Gallows and Anderson, I'm kind of surprised they were let go, even though I've always said in the past that the only reason why they were brought in just to get AJ over, it looked like, and I'm sure everyone's saying, yeah, hey, New Japan, Bullet Club, back to the Bullet Club again, but come on, man, New Japan doesn't have shows going on right now. I'd like to see him back in the Bullet Club, but that's not going to happen. Lio Rush, I was very surprised to see get released. That's one person I was surprised at. Okay, because wasn't he on NXT as the Cruiserweight Champion, and I think he had expressed his concern about not wanting to wrestle, which, is very understandable. He didn't feel comfortable, especially during the whole pandemic right now. So I was kind of surprised he got let go because I haven't seen him do nothing lately. But like I said, the last thing he was doing the Cruiserweight Champion thing. But then, he lost it, and I haven't really seen him do anything after that. And I like Lio Rush. So I was actually surprised to see he was gone. EC3, I think didn't he file trademarks? Listen, they did nothing with EC3. They did nothing with him, okay? They didn't even really do that much with him in NXT. I've said before about EC3 that there was just too many people better than him in NXT. And he just never went anywhere. Then he was on the main roster. He didn't go anywhere. So EC3, even without the pandemic, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was released. I'm sure a lot of people have been wanting him to go for a while. Hey, I like the guy better than when he was in Impact, okay? I liked him when he was the guy over there. WWE, it just didn't go anywhere, so I'm somewhat not surprised by that. Kurt Hawkins, I was surprised he was hired back the second time in this company. So I didn't even know. I forgot Hawkins was still here, to be honest with you. I kind of forgot he was still here. Eric Young, they did wrong to him. And once again, another guy comes up from NXT. They end up killing that whole Sanity thing, and he basically became nothing but a jobber. So Eric Young, I shouldn't be surprised by that. Heath Slater, I talked to a friend earlier. This is another situation. He didn't know Heath Slater was still in the company. He was like the last surviving member of the Nexus who wasn't fired and came back. But, he was like one of the last people that was surviving member of the Nexus. And he got himself over a couple times. And he had a fun little tag team with Rhino. And Slater's always been pretty good. Slater's funny. I like Heath Slater. That sucks that he got let go. That's another guy they probably could have done better and utilized. But Slater was never like, I'm not saying he was like a top level guy, but Slater did what he could, and I like the guy. I'm not trying to bury him in anything. It's just they never really did that much, and I'm sure people thought it was going to be some 3MB reunion, but that didn't happen. Kurt Angle, I didn't know Kurt Angle still worked there. I guess he was on a Legends contract or a producer or something, but come on, I wasn't really happy what they did with Kurt. I'm sure nobody was really happy how they took Kurt Angle out of his last match, his retirement match. They did him wrong. Aiden English, I think he was on commentary for 205. I'm kind of surprised he was let go. some people thought he shouldn't have been let go because I think he was, he's married to a Guerrero. I think that's, Eddie and Vicky's daughter. So a lot of people think they weren't going to let him go because he's a Guerrero. I don't know a lot about Aiden English's commentary that much at that time when he was on SmackDown when the roster got stuck in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what he really did on 205 Live, and English was never that bad. It's just I don't know what he was really doing on commentary at the time. I don't watch 205, so I can't really comment on that. Sarah Logan, I don't know. Sarah Logan, I don't know, man. Sarah Logan just became a jobber after a while. I forgot Sarah Logan worked in the company half the time. Or, I don't know. Sarah Logan is just, I don't know, have a lot of comments on her. I just don't. Other than the Riot Squad, and I think they were going to put her in the Viking thing, but that didn't go. What they do last Monday. She got her arm stomped on by Baszler, and maybe that was her write-off then or something. I don't know, but Sarah Logan, I don't know what she was really doing. Mike Chioda, I think he's been in the company since 1989. That was kind of surprising, especially how long he's been in the company. I'm surprised they let him go. I feel like he may be back, though, if we're going to go with the furlough thing. I think he'll be back. Primo and Epico, Jesus, how did they keep a job for so long? I want to know that. Because them motherfuckers been in the company for like over 10 years now, and didn't one of them get like, what was it? He failed a wellness test at one point, and I'm sitting there wondering, how you gonna fail a wellness test on your day off? I'm sure these guys were doing live events, but by God, they were just there. It's like you would only see them on TV one time out of every year. I'm surprised they still had a job. It amazed me Primo and Epico survived this long. So in a way, I would look at this as WWE kind of trimming the fat maybe a little, if you want to go with that. Because, like I said before in the beginning of this video, WWE hires a lot of guys, but they barely ever release anybody, okay? I'm surprised Primo and Epico was still here. I'm really surprised that they were even still here to this point. I'm surprised they were not released a long time ago, okay? I'm just surprised at that. Rowan, come on, the guy was never going to survive without Luke Harper. After that spider thing, they had nothing for him. The writing on the wall would have happened either way, with or without the pandemic. Mike Bennett, didn't he want out of the company, even though he signed a 5-year deal? Him and Maria, and I don't think a lot of people would miss Mike and Maria, because I think people got tired of them anyways, and they even looked at them like they were nothing, because I didn't think they really valued that much, and they did that cut storyline, and because then he signed a 5-year deal, but then he wanted his release after you signed a 5-year deal. And I had no sympathy for the guy when he kind of tried to get sympathy after signing a deal to WWE. So I got a lot of sympathy for him. And they just want, like I said, a lot of these guys were just sitting comfortably on the money. That was the thing. They sat real comfortably. But even when Mike and Maria came in, didn't she get pregnant and then he got addicted to a whole bunch of pills or some shit like that, and everything. So I'm surprised he was still in the company after he went to rehab and stuff. And then I remember he came back in better shape, but the guy liked to brag about his money, people said online. So I don't think, to what I've seen comments today, I don't think a lot of people had sympathy for them being released. Zack Ryder, wow, I'm surprised Zack Ryder lasted this long. I gotta say, I'm really surprised Zack Ryder was still in this company. Because a lot of people say, he just buys toys on the internet all the time. So, excuse me, I'm surprised Zack Ryder, he even lasted this long. And he had a long run in the company, he did, but the biggest claim to fame to Zack Ryder was in 2011 when he got himself over, especially with his YouTube channel, and got a lot of, steam, but, like I said before, WWE doesn't like it when you get over. And we'll get into the next person that they don't like when you get over. But he was over, but then they just stopped. And I just stopped caring about Zack Ryder for a while. I'm surprised he was still here. Because I remember he won that Intercontinental title at Mania 32, and then he lost it the next night and was gone after that. No Way Jose. Well, I would say the Hype Bros, too. He tried to make that work, but that didn't go out well also. So I'm surprised Zack Ryder lasted this long. No Way Jose. Comedy guy, really. I was never the biggest fan of him, even in NXT, so I think he put a video out today, so I don't know. I don't got much to say about No Way Jose. The stuff he did, I just didn't really pay attention to anyways, because you knew what it was about to be. It's just jobbing in the conga line, and it just wasn't good. Rusev, man, you want to talk about wasted potential. Wow, and once again, this is a guy that got himself over, but hey, they don't like it when you get yourself over, okay? They don't like it. And then this guy, like, donate his own money, like $20,000 to the employees that weren't getting paid, so that sucks about him. And, you know, after that whole Lana Lashley thing, you barely even saw him again after that. Rusev, like I said, it's a guy they don't like when you get over on their own, and I'm sure people wanted him to go somewhere else anyways, so I'm sure a lot of people saw that too, so that sucks for him. Like, and this is a man that donated his own money to help unpaid employees in the company, so that sucks for him. Deonna Purrazzo, I'm a little surprised. I heard people say she wanted her release, though, so I heard about that. The producers, Billy Kidman, like I said, a lot of these people may have been furloughed, so they should be back. Billy Kidman, he's been there for a while. I'm surprised he's gone. Hurricane, I didn't even know Lance Storm worked there. Scott Armstrong, referee's been there for a while. Sarah Stock, Sarita, I didn't even know that. Davari, I'm surprised he was gone. Finley, I'm surprised he got released. Pat Buck, I think he was hired not that long ago. Mike Rotunda, IRS, I didn't know he was a producer in the back, so I was surprised to see him go. So, yeah. But, listen, looking at all these people who got released, it's bad, okay? It sucks during the pandemic, and like I said before, like I said, I'm trying to get my words straight together, but yeah, it sucks that they got fired during this pandemic, and you don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm trying to look at this from a business perspective too, because basically WWE is trying to recuperate on multiple losses, and I'm sure a lot of money was lost, and this is a company that has a lot of money, and I'm sure Vince, was he worth like $1 billion? I don't know all the financial expenses of what's going on in WWE, but obviously it must be a lot of money being lost if they can't afford to pay everybody right now. And I said this about the releases too. This can happen in other companies though, okay? Because like I said before, a lot of people saying, oh, they can go to AEW, they can go to AEW, they can go to AEW. Everybody on this list can't go to AEW, okay? And you don't know if this stuff could happen to AEW or not also, okay? And AEW's got money too. The Khan families, they got money. I don't know if it's Vince level money, but they're billionaires also. But here's the thing. This could happen to them too, okay? There's a lot of people on the contract there, or maybe it was like pay for appearance, but I said for any wrestling company, don't be surprised if other people from other companies start getting released too. So I'm not going to sit there and say AEW is going to be safe also, or any other company that you watch from ROH or New Japan or Impact or NWA. I don't know how a lot of these guys are getting paid right now, okay? I don't know. And you know, AEW, I guess we'll see what happens, because then they have to move a pay-per-view. They got to move it to the next month, I believe, so I know that happened, but you got to look at this as no one's safe, okay? And this is just the unfortunate reality of this situation. Now, I don't know if any more people from WWE will get released. I don't know. It could happen in the next few hours. It could be when I'm talking through this video. It could be more tomorrow, as I know, because right now, as a lot say, WWE had to basically trim the fat. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these people on this list were dead weight anyways and were going nowhere, and I was surprised still had a job in this company. A lot of these guys, they don't deserve it at the, you know, they didn't deserve this at the end of the day, especially some of the people I was just surprised at. I was surprised that we got released, but like I said before, earlier, a lot of wrestlers have said it's a bad day. Some say, was it Black Wednesday today? And a lot of people just got let go. I don't know how many writers were let go from the company and whatnot, but they've really had to cut staff off to recuperate and save for their losses and try to make some money back, I guess. So that's the thing about this virus. You don't know how long it's going to go. You don't know how worse this could get. So in the stories we've been hearing in WWE in the past week, a few days, it's been all over the place of how much of the money they're losing and whatnot, because I'm sure everybody's saying, well, where's that Fox money? Where's that Saudi Arabia money? I don't know where that money at. Okay? I don't know how much the Saudis paying them. I know they got paid a lot by the Saudi Arabia, but I don't know how much is coming from that. And I'm trying to explain this in the best way I can throughout all this. Okay? So, but it's like I say to people, it's not really a happy situation because I'm sure some are, like I said before, already saying, hey, this person finally got released. They can go to this company, or finally this person got released, or whatnot. At the end of the day, people lost their jobs in a pandemic, and they can't really go to any other wrestling company right now because any other company it doesn't really have nothing going on right now because they can't even do a show unless they want to do an empty arena show, but they can't do that unless they got some money or something. But I've even said I've said something about some of these people on the list already. I'm surprised half these motherfuckers still had jobs on here. I've said it before. I'm surprised the Cologne still had a job here. It amazes me that they still worked it. It really does. But yeah, it's crazy. All right, it is crazy though. But I don't know, man. But I've seen some of the like I said, I've seen some videos and some statements about about people talking about their releases. It's a bad situation. You can't do nothing but mostly feel for a lot of these guys because I don't think they don't know what to do themselves right now. Unless they may be back, I don't know. Unless this, if they're furloughed or whatnot. But like I said, the releases are just insane. So I try to explain this the best way I can. Like I say, I'm saying bullshit because a lot of good, bad, and I already know I may get some probably heat for this. I don't know, but I'm trying to explain this. Okay. So yeah, it's a bad situation. So I think that's all I can really say from talking about all these releases today. Cause man, I did not expect this to go down. All right, especially going on right now. Cause some motherfuckers already know they don't got sympathy for half these people on this list. Which in a way I can somewhat agree on that. Excuse me, but hey man, everybody's just getting laid off right now. So hey. It may be WWE right now, but do not be surprised. And do not be surprised if this happens to another company. Maybe like I said, today, tomorrow, maybe in a few hours, Friday, by the end of this week. You don't know. No one knows. So, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, overall, we don't know what to expect next. Could be more releases, as far as all I know. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a bad thing for everybody. But then again, that's for anyone in the world right now. Either there's no money, can't work, motherfuckers just losing jobs left and right, and it's a bad situation. But I'm sure some people thinking that hey, some of these motherfuckers should have been gone from this company, or. And then there's some fans, even I say hypocritical. It's like 1 minute you say you want them gone, now it's like, why are they gone? And I've already, like I said for in video, I've already seen people say that, well, hey, this person go to this company or whatnot, or everything, or they were finally glad they were released or free or whatever they want to say from this, okay? But yeah, like I said, I've heard many opinions from this today, but like I said before, I'm surprised some of the people we're still in the company to begin with. But like I said, overall, bad situation. The reality of this is not going to stop. And I think this is going to continue in any wrestling company. But other than that, those are just my thoughts on this whole WWE releases of producers and wrestlers, or furloughs of some could be back, maybe the producers, or any writer, any type of staff that was released today from the company and everything. I know I may have repeated myself a couple times here and there throughout this video, but I've tried to get all my facts straight on this. So I went a little bit blind into this, but I didn't want to go in later on during the NXT review, so I'd rather get this out of the way now, since I don't think anyone else has gotten released as of this moment right now as I'm talking. But other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this video or audio of my thoughts on the WWE releases, and what do you think of your overall thought of this whole release day is of everyone involved that was let go from the company today or furloughed which, could possibly be back at a later date. Okay? And do you even, I guess to ask this question, do you feel like half of these folks needed to go or should have been gone, or would you just let them still keep their jobs during this time, or let them go since some probably wanted out, or some was dead weight in this company for a number of years to why they even still had a job? That's why I asked that question to people. What do you think on that? But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later on tonight for an AEW and NXT review. Follow me on Twitter at HoodieKnight890. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.